Going into this game, 3 wins in a row now. How do you feel going into the weekend series versus Albany?
Yeah, it was good to, we've been playing better and finding ways to win, so I was happy about that. I think today was a good example offensively of us being able to do a lot of different things well, and it's good that we ended on a win before we head into Albany, or before we host Albany, and going to be a really tough conference series like they always are, and Albany is tough, and they're well coached, and they play hard, and so it should be a really good test for us.
Does the Foley start scare you a little bit coming into the weekend with him going back to the bullpen?
No, I mean, Foley's been in big spots for us before, and he's done well, and we just try to get those guys up on the mound as much as we can and give them opportunity. I think you've seen it with a lot of our other guys, like Cam Symes kind of been up and down, and today he was great, and he's a guy that going back to last year has been really good for us and pitched in some really high leverage innings, so we'll just continue to try to get those guys right, because if we want to make any kind of run, we're going to need a lot of arms to help us do it. So,
and a lot of bodies too, which leads to the good day that Strand had, the good day that Massey had, the good day that Hart had.
Yep.
I mean, those guys are going to have to continue doing that if you're going to make any sort of a run.
Yeah, we've had a lot of guys. We've talked a lot about just stepping into different roles, and obviously River did a great job today, and the 2 homers was huge. And a guy like Rowan and Braden Calley and Strand kind of finding themselves in bigger roles and doing a good job with it. And we had like Scotty Brown and Braden today, both with good safety squeezes, and Spencer Robin, a guy again who found himself in the lineup today with a good sack bunt, and obviously Ryan Strand had a couple really good swings on the ball today, so it was good to see some of those guys get their opportunity and do well with it.
Small ball is becoming a bigger part of the offense as we move forward.
We've always tried to be really good at bunting and moving runners and situational hitting and things like that. I think for us now it's become even more important just because we've lost some key bats. But yeah, it's always something we practice and we want to be good at. And when we execute like we did today, it's a great way to put pressure on the defense and put runs up in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. And Riverheart, he had an electric day. Thoughts overall just on him in the past bit, at least since Brian, he's been pretty on.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and I think for him the biggest thing has been pitch recognition. Like when he's seeing the ball well and laying off uncompetitive pitches, he's a really dangerous bat in the middle of our lineup. And we said it after his first home run. It was a really good swing on a breaking ball that he was on time for, and you just could tell it was going to be one of those days for him where he was seeing the ball really well. So, for him to give us any kind of a jolt is huge, and he's obviously got pop in his bat, and that's massive for us right now.
The best thing about Riverheart's day was the third hit was a base hit.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to hit that third home run.
No, I think he's just kind of a guy that
is the maturity level starting to improve. Is my point.
Yeah. I mean, he's always been a really even keeled kid, but like you said, maturity wise, he's only a sophomore, and but he's just the guy. Like I know how when he's swinging, he's just trying to get the barrel in the zone at the right time, and a lot of times because he lifts the ball, that ends up being a ball that can find its way over the fence, and other times he hits the ball hard through the 6 hole like he did. So.